Have you ever felt like you are carrying an invisible backpack filled with heavy stones? Every single day, you wake up, put on a brave face, and go about your life. But deep down, you are exhausted, not because of your physical workload, but because of a mental war you've been fighting against yourself. We live in a culture that is obsessed with perfection. From a young age, we are conditioned to believe that failure is unacceptable. We are told to strive, to achieve, and to always make the right choices. So, when we inevitably make a mistake, whether it's a failed relationship, a ruined career opportunity, a financial misstep, or a moment of weakness where we hurt someone we loved, the guilt eats us alive. We become our own harshest judges. We replay the scenario in our minds over and over again, thinking, "Why did I say that? Why did I do that? If only I had known better." But here is the truth that Zen philosophy teaches us. True peace does not come from having a perfect past. It comes from mastering the Zen Art of Self-Forgiveness. Today, we are going to learn how to finally put that heavy backpack down. Not because your past mistakes don't matter, but because your present life matters more. To understand how to forgive yourself, you must first understand why your mind is so stubborn when it comes to holding on to regret. In modern psychology, we talk about the concept of the negativity bias. Our brains are wired to remember our mistakes much more vividly than our successes. It's an evolutionary survival mechanism designed to keep us safe. The mind thinks that by torturing you with the memory of your mistake, it will prevent you from making that mistake again. But Zen philosophy invites us to look deeper. Zen teaches us that this continuous self-punishment is a form of illusion, a trap created by the ego. The ego loves control. When you say, "I should have known better," your ego is actually trying to deny reality. It is pretending that you had the power to change a past that is already set in stone. Let's look at a timeless insight from Buddha. Everything in this universe happens because of causes and conditions, what we call karma and interdependence. Think back to the version of you that made that mistake years ago. That version of you acted based on the specific awareness, emotional wounds, fears, and maturity you had at that exact moment. You did not have the wisdom you have today. If you did, you wouldn't have made that choice. Therefore, it is deeply unfair to use the wisdom you earned today to crucify the person you were yesterday. The person who made that mistake was acting in survival mode or out of ignorance. They didn't need your ongoing punishment, they needed your guidance. There is a profound difference between two emotions that we often mix up: guilt and shame. Guilt says, "I did a bad thing." Guilt focuses on the action. It can actually be a healthy emotion because it shows you have a moral compass. It signals that your behavior didn't align with your core values. Shame, however, is toxic. Shame says, "I am a bad person." Shame attaches the mistake to your identity. When you live in shame, you stop viewing your mistake as an event, and you start viewing it as your definition. Zen philosophy shatters this illusion of shame through the principle of anicca, or impermanence. Zen teaches us that you are not a fixed object. You are a river, not a rock. The river that flows today is completely different from the river that flowed 5 minutes ago. The water has changed. The banks have shifted. In the same way, the person who made that mistake in the past no longer exists. You are a brand new entity in this present moment. Why then are you punishing an innocent person in the present for the crimes of someone who passed away in the past? In Japan, there is a beautiful art form called kintsugi. When a ceramic bowl breaks, the masters do not throw it away. Instead, they repair the cracks with pure gold. The broken lines are not hidden, they are highlighted. the bowl becomes more beautiful, more resilient, and far more valuable because it was broken. Your life is a piece of kintsugi. Your past mistakes, your failures, and your heartbreaks are the cracks. Self-forgiveness is the gold. It doesn't erase the history of what happened, but it integrates your flaws into a masterpiece of resilience. Now, let us move from philosophy to practice. How do we actually practice the Zen art of self-forgiveness in our chaotic modern lives? Here are 3 actionable steps you can start taking today. Step 1. Acknowledge without judgment. Most of us do one of 2 things. We either obsess over our mistakes, or we push them down and pretend they didn't happen. Zen offers a middle path: radical acceptance. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and allow the memory of your mistake to surface. Do not run away from it. Do not argue with it. Just look at it. Feel the discomfort in your body. Say to yourself, "This happened. I made this choice. It is a part of my story, but it is not the whole book." Step 2. Separate your identity from your action. Practice changing your internal dialogue. When the voice in your head says, "I am a failure because I lost that business," correct it. Say, "I experienced a business failure, and I am learning from it." When it says, "I am toxic because of how that relationship ended," change it to, "I acted out of unskillful emotions in that relationship, and I am choosing to mature." You are the sky. Your mistakes are just dark clouds passing through. The sky is never permanently ruined by a storm. Step 3. Make living amends. In Zen, we believe that the best way to repent is not through self-flagellation, but through conscious action in the present. If you hurt someone in the past and you can apologize sincerely, do so. But if that is not possible or healthy, make living amends. If you were selfish in a past relationship, practice radical generosity to the people in your life right now. If you wasted time or money in the past, respect your resources today. Direct the energy you used for overthinking into acts of kindness and creation. That is how you turn your guilt into compost to grow beautiful flowers. As we close this journey today, remember this: forgiving yourself is not an act of weakness. It is not an excuse. It does not mean you are letting yourself off the hook. In fact, self-forgiveness is the ultimate act of courage. It is the moment you stop hiding behind your shame and finally take responsibility for the only thing you can control, the present moment. As long as you are locked in a war with your past, you cannot build a meaningful future. You are wasting the precious energy of today on a shadow that no longer exists. There is a famous quote that says, "To forgive yourself is to release a prisoner and discover that the prisoner was you." Open the cell door. You have served your time. You have suffered enough. Step out into the sunlight of the present moment. Breathe in the freshness of right now. You are allowed to start over. You are allowed to be happy. If this message touched your heart today, let's create a wave of healing in the comments. Type the words, "I release my past," to signal to your mind that you are ready to put down the heavy burden. Thank you for practicing mindfulness with us today. If you want to continue this journey of inner peace and letting go, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with someone who might be secretly struggling to forgive themselves. Until next time, be kind to yourself, breathe deeply, and stay present.